Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm back, man. I'm back. I'm back. And we're here to talk about AEW Rampage for September 3rd, 2021. So this is the go home show, man. The go home show before All Out, which is this Sunday. And you know, the show, man, show was good, man. Really good show. It felt like it went by really fast, man. It flew by really fast. The main event was really good with Darby Allin and Danny Garcia with CM Punk on commentary. I thought that was really cool. And you know, the back and forth that they had, Darby Allin, Danny Garcia, and you know, everything that happened after the match with Punk and Darby Allin getting face to face but not touching each other. Thought that stuff was really cool. And man, I'm just ready for All Out, man. I'm just ready for All Out, man. This Sunday, dude, I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait for All Out. And the Punk versus Darby Allin match is the match that I'm looking forward to the most on All Out. So yeah, man. So yeah, with tonight's show, man, that's the only thing I was interested in was the Punk stuff, the Punk and Darby Allin stuff. That's the only thing I was interested in. But yeah, man. So yeah, as you guys know, man, I've been on a hiatus. I've been gone for a few days because I experienced Hurricane Ida that happened on Sunday. The storm happened on Sunday, and my powers were cut off on Monday. So I almost spent the whole week, almost a whole week without power, man, and it was bad, really bad. Especially New Orleans, man. Like they had it they had it the worst. Like a lot of damages, man, just everywhere around Louisiana. Damages down there, and especially in New Orleans, I think the whole city of New Orleans was shut down completely. And you know, people are still without power in New Orleans, and we don't know when they're gonna get their power back. But where I'm from, man, Baton Rouge, we had our power outage. We had our power outage, and now we finally have our power now. But I'm just thankful, man. I'm just thankful that none of us got hurt, that nobody got hurt, and yeah, man, it's just so great to be back, man. So great to be back. I miss each and every single one of y'all, man. Really do. And yeah, man. So yeah, that's where I've been. If you guys wanted to know where I've been, my power was out, so I couldn't do any recordings. I couldn't watch the shows. I couldn't watch NXT, AEW, Impact Wrestling. You know, all the other shows that I missed, I couldn't watch it because you know my power was out. So, But I did heard what happened now. I did heard what happened on the shows. NXT. It felt with NXT, from what I heard, nothing really happened on that show. Dynamite, a lot happened on Dynamite. On Wednesday, we had FTR versus Santana and Ortiz. I heard, man, I heard they tore the freaking house down, and I missed it, man. I missed it. And Punk getting physical for the first time. Punk getting physical, and on Dynamite, or in wrestling in general for the first time. And the Pac, I heard the Pac and Andrade match was pulled away. It's not on All Out anymore. They moved it to Rampage for next week. And they said the reason why was quote unquote travel issues or something like that. And that's all I heard from Dynamite, man. The tag team match and everything. The promos from Jericho and MJF about their match that they have coming up at All Out. Impact Wrestling. I heard Josh Alexander versus, well, it was an open challenge. It was an open challenge match. Open challenge for the X Division Championship, I think it was. And Josh Alexander, he called out any former X Division champions to come face him. And that person that came out was Jake Kris. Jake Kris, from a former member of OVE with Sami Callihan and his brother Dave Kris and Madman Fulton. And yeah, and that's all I heard from Impact. But yeah, that's all I missed, man. That's all I missed. But I'm glad to be back, man. I'm glad to be back. Like, to be honest, man. To be honest, I thought the power was gonna be out for a very long time. And I was like, man, I hope this power comes on before Sunday. Like, I hope it come on before this Sunday, because I do not want to miss All Out. And that's what I was saying. I was like, man, I do not want to miss All Out. I was like today, I was like, the power need to come on today on Friday. Friday, September 3rd. It need to come on today. Because at that point, man, I was getting sick and tired of waiting. I was getting sick and tired of waiting. And with us, we had our generator, but we had to conserve the energy. There were certain things that we couldn't do, and there were certain things that we could do. Like there were certain lights that we couldn't turn on and all that stuff. And we just had to conserve the energy. We just had to conserve the energy. And so yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened with me, man, during the past couple of days. But yeah, man. So let's get into AEW Rampage, man. So yeah, we were live in Chicago at the Now Center, man. And our first match of the night, we had Malachi Black versus Big Shotty Lee Johnson. So yeah, first off, this match, it did start off slow. We had Black. He was cornering Lee Johnson, who was in the corner, trying to make his first move. Or he just stood there. He just stood there, actually. He just stood there. He was standing there. And so yeah, both of these guys, they were trying to one up each other. And so yeah, and so Lee Johnson, he did end up getting a shot in, no pun intended. But yeah, he struck Malachi Black, and then Johnson just stood there. He just stood there after he hit Aleister Black. I'm Malachi Black. And so I was like, man, what are you doing? Like, stay on him. Keep fighting him. Don't just stand there. And so yeah, the crowd started chanting, "You effed up, you effed up." And so Black, he went right after Johnson. And then Black, he had to control of the match during the commercial break, picture in picture, of course. I miss saying that. And so yeah, Johnson, he started fighting back. He had a drop kick to Black, and he followed up with a tope suicida, a nasty landing, man, from Lee Johnson. Like he ran right into that barricade, bro, with that tope suicida. It looked like he ran into it, or he flew into it. He flew into the barricade, but he also twisted up his ankle a little bit, or his leg. And so yeah, right after that, he had a frog splash. He had a frog splash to Black, but does not go for the cover. He does not go for the cover, and so that's a mistake from Lee Johnson. And so yeah, Black, he took advantage of it. He had a PK kick to Johnson. And so yeah, Black, he started kicking. He started kicking Johnson over and over and over again. And so at that point, Malachi Black, he went outside of the ring, went under the ring, and grabbed the chair, and he brought it into the ring, and he put it on the mat. So yeah, the referee thought he was gonna use the chair, and so the referee had to remind him like, hey, if you use this chair, man, you will get disqualified. And so he put the chair down. He put the chair down in the ring, and so Lee had grabbed the chair, and so yeah, Black he wanted Lee Johnson to hit him with the chair. He wanted him to hit Black with the chair, and so so Lee Johnson could get himself disqualified. And so yeah, Johnson he had the chair in his hand, and so Black he hit the black mass. He hit the black mass on Johnson to win the match. I don't know if Black calls it a black mass anymore. They never mention it on commentary, but it's the black mass. It's the black mass. So he hit the black mass on Johnson to win the match. So therefore, Malachi Black wins the match. And so right after the match, Black he was celebrating his win over Lee Johnson. And so Dustin Rhodes of the Nightmare family ran out. He ran out to the ring to go check on his Nightmare family. And so Black he left the ring. He retreated. He left the ring. And so I was like, why? I was like, why did he leave the ring? I had a problem with it when he did it to Lee Johnson that last Dynamite that they had from last week. Like why is he running away from people? Like he should have hit him with a black mass right there, right then and there. That like, dude, you just came off of a dominant win. Like, why are you running away? That was my whole problem about it. And so yeah, man, that's it, man. That's the only problem I had with it. But yeah, it was still a good match, man. It was really a good match. It was a good match. And so yeah, but yeah, the thing is, where is Cody? Where is Cody Rhodes? That's the thing. That's what everybody was asking. Where is Cody Rhodes? Where is Cody Rhodes? And will we get a rematch? Will we get a rematch between Black and Cody Rhodes? And if so, will Cody win the match? I necessarily would not do that. I would not do that. But because Cody, he doesn't need to win. He's a type of guy that needs to put over other people. If he loses, it's not gonna hurt him. But a guy like Black, he can't lose. Can't lose to anybody. So yeah, man. So yeah, at first I thought that we're gonna get this. I thought we were gonna get this match at All Out, but Cody, he's not there. But yeah, man, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Mark Henry, he interviews Dustin Rhodes. And so yeah, Dustin, he started talking about Malachi Black and how he carried himself in AEW up to this point, and his disdain towards his issues that he had with Black and the way that he carried himself. And so Dustin, he wanted Black in a match. He challenged Malachi Black to a match. And so yeah, Dustin, he had said that, hey man, you live in the dark, right? I thrived in the dark for 5 decades. And so Dustin, he had said that, you know, I'm like, I'm ready for you, man. I'm ready for you. Whatever you try to bring at me, dude, I'm ready for it. And so that was it with that. So yeah, they did made a match on Dynamite. So it's gonna be Dustin Rhodes versus Malachi Black in a one-on-one match on Dynamite next week. And so that was it. And so right after that, we had Miro, the Redeemer, God's favorite champion, the TNT champion, Miro. So he came out to the ring. He spoke. And so Miro, he started talking about Eddie Kingston. And Miro, he had said that Eddie Kingston was soft and, he's gotten too comfortable with everything. And so Miro, he had called Kingston Moxley's lapdog. And so Eddie Kingston came out to the ring. And so Kingston, he says that, Miro, you're the center. You're the center. And so he says that, Miro, your God is not real. And so, yeah, he kept talking trash to Miro and all that stuff. And so Kingston, he started going over on how he's going to beat Miro at All Out, with the Exploder Suplex, the Saito Suplex, and all his other movesets that he mentioned. And so Miro, he had said that, Kingston, if you take one more step to this ring, you're not going to even make it to All Out. And so Kingston, he had told Miro, you're the Redeemer, right? You can redeem these nuts. And so I thought that was funny. And so, yeah, Kingston, he ran into the ring to go right after Miro. And so Miro, he left out of the ring, so he retreated. And so Kingston, he went right after Miro. And so Miro grabbed the title and he blasted him with the TNT Championship. And so Miro, at that point, he brought him back into the ring. He tried to stomp Kingston's head on the TNT Championship, but Kingston got out of the way. And so Kingston, he had a spinning back fist. He had a spinning back fist on Miro, and he ended it off with a DDT. So he had a DDT to Miro. So the DDT was another move that he mentioned that, on how he's gonna beat Miro. So he hit that DDT on Miro. And so that was it with that. So of course it's gonna be the TNT Championship match at All Out. It's gonna be Eddie Kingston versus Miro for the TNT Championship at All Out. And so yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so right after that, we had the 2-on-1 handicap match, and it was Hayter. It was Jamie Hayter and Rebel with Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, who is the AEW Women's Champion, in their corner, versus Kris Statlander. So this is a handicap match. And so yeah, so at first we had Statlander and Hayter. They were going back and forth with holds. They were going back and forth with collar and elbows and all that stuff. And so yeah, Rebel, she tagged in. She had a suplex, a suplex throw. It looked like, or a version of the Falcon's Arrow, but it wasn't the Falcon's Arrow. And so yeah, Statlander, she kicked out. And so Rebel, she started kicking Statlander over and over and over again. And so Statlander, she started fighting back. So the kicks had fired up Statlander, so she started fighting back, and she took out both Rebel and Hayter. And so Statlander, she had slammed both Rebel and Hayter at the same time. So Rebel was on Statlander's back, on her shoulders. And so Rebel was on her shoulders, I think it was, and Hayter had jumped up on Statlander, so Statlander had slammed both of them down at the same time. So I thought that was really cool. And so to end the match, we had Kris Statlander. She had a submission move, or she locked in a submission move called the Spider Crab. A Spider Crab submission move. It looked like a version of a Boston Crab, or a lion tamer. It looked like it was a lion tamer. So they call it the Spider Crab submission move So yeah, they call it the Spider Crab. So she locked that on Rebel. She locked it on Rebel to win the match. So Rebel taps out. So therefore, Kris Statlander wins the match. And so right after the match, the heels they tried to gang up on Statlander. And so we had Red Velvet, she ran out to the ring and she chased off the heels. And so yeah, when Red Velvet came out, the crowd had booed. They do not like Red Velvet, man. They do not like Red Velvet. I think the reason why, because she's feuding with Britt Baker, man. If you feud with Britt Baker, you will get booed. And Britt Baker is the heel. She's supposed to get booed. But they are not gonna boo Britt Baker, man. But they boo Red Velvet because she's feuding with Britt Baker. And so yeah, man, that was it with that. At first, I don't know why the match even happened. Why is it a handicap match? I guess so. I guess Dr. Britt, it was Dr. Britt Baker's plan. That they might have explained it on Dynamite, but of course I didn't watch Dynamite because my power was out. But I think they did explain it on Dynamite that it was Dr. Britt Baker. It was Dr. Britt's idea to have this handicap match so that Kris Statlander won't make it to the championship match for the AEW Women's Championship. So yeah, the right person did win this match. Kris Statlander was not gonna lose. Like what sense will it make to have her lose when she's the #1 contender for the Women's Championship? It's not gonna make her look good. So she had to win the match, and the right person was submitted. Rebel was the person that took the loss. You can't have Jamie Hayter. You can't have Jamie Hayter take the loss because she just got hired as Dr. Britt's heavy, her assassin, her bodyguard. So you can't have her lose either. So you gotta have her look strong. So that's why Rebel took the loss. So yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so yeah, right after that we had Mark Henry, World's Strongest Man. Mark Henry, he interviews Daniel Garcia with 2.0. 2.0, that's Matt Lee and Jeff Parker. And so he also interviewed Darby Allin with Sting. So they were a split screen. So he interviewed both of these guys split screen. And so yeah, so 2.0, they started talking. They said that, tonight's match, tonight's main event, Darby, you're not gonna make it to All Out after what Danny Garcia do to you. And so yeah, Henry he had asked Darby Allin like, "Hey Darby, like, will you be able to focus on this match tonight with Punk on commentary? Because Punk he's gonna be there. He's gonna be on commentary to get a closer look. So are you gonna be able to focus on tonight's match?" And so yeah, Darby he said that you know yeah he's focused on Punk. He's focused on his opponent tonight. He's focused on his opponent tonight, Danny Garcia, and he's gonna knock him on his ass. And so yeah, he said he's gonna go face to face with Punk. I'm gonna go face to face with Punk. And so that was pretty much it with that. And so before we get into the main event, man, let's talk about next week's show. Or not next week's show. Let's talk about the prediction. Let's talk about the match card. The match card for All Out. And my predictions, man, and my predictions. So our first match, well, this is not in order. It's not in order. So we have the AEW World Championship match, and it's gonna be Kenny Bygott Omega, who is the AEW World Champion, versus Christian Cage, who is the Impact World Champion. So yeah, Kenny Omega is gonna win. Kenny Omega is gonna win all the way. Kenny Omega, like, he's not gonna lose the championship. He's not gonna lose the AEW World Championship. So they're gonna give Omega his win back because Christian had beat him for the Impact World Championship. So yeah, and Christian he's not gonna become a double champion. He's not. So they're gonna give it to Omega. Omega is gonna win, and the person that's gonna beat Omega for that title is gonna be not MJF. It's gonna be Hangman Adam Page, and then it's gonna be MJF. But yeah, so yeah, Kenny Omega is gonna win this match. We have CM Punk versus Darby Allin. Most likely it's gonna be the main event, and I'm going with CM Punk to win that match. Are you kidding me, man? You gonna have CM Punk lose on his first match back? No, CM Punk is gonna win. CM Punk is gonna win, and if Darby lose, man, it's not gonna hurt Darby. It's not gonna hurt Darby. Like if Darby lose the match, he still won because you in the ring with CM Punk, and you lost the match, but you're still the winner out of that. You're still the winner because you're his first opponent. You're CM Punk's first opponent. And after 7 years, his first match back is against you, Darby Allin. And so yeah. So either guy in this match is the winner. But if I had to choose who's gonna win, it's CM Punk. CM Punk is gonna win. And so yeah, we have Chris Jericho, Le Champion, Chris Jericho versus MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman. So if Chris Jericho loses his match, he will retire. He will retire from professional wrestling. His career is over. And so, man, I'm going with MJF, man. I'm going with MJF. But then again, I don't see Chris Jericho retiring. I can still see him wrestling. But yeah, you can't have MJF lose, man. You can't have him lose. And then another thing, man, like it could go either way, man. It could go either way. Like Jericho, he still haven't gotten a win over MJF. And MJF beat him like what, 3 times? He beat him like 3 times. So what makes you think that Jericho is gonna beat him for a first time? So like MJF is gonna win this match. He's gonna win this match. If you want to make him even more hated, man, because he's already hated. If you want to make him even more hated, man, have him beat Jericho. Have him beat Jericho. Have him beat Jericho. And so yeah, man. So MJF is my pick to win the match. And so also we have the AEW Women's World Championship match, and it's Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, who is the AEW Women's Champion, versus Kris Statlander. Dr. Britt Baker. Dr. Britt Baker. The person that I see Dr. Britt Baker dropping the title to is Thunder Rosa, man. It's Thunder Rosa. But right now, man, she gotta beat Kris Statlander, so I'm going with Dr. Britt to win this match. And then we have the AEW World Tag Team Championship match, and it's gonna be the Young Bucks. It's gonna be Matt and Nick Jackson, who are the AEW World Tag Team Champions, versus the Lucha Bros. So that's Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. And so, man, in a steel cage match. So I'm going with the Young Bucks, man. I'm going with the Young Bucks to win the match. Going with the Young Bucks to win the match because, the Lucha Bros, they're going to turn heel. They're going to turn heel. I don't know if it's going to be at All Out or sometime later, but they're not going to win those tag team championships until they align themselves with Andrade. They're not going to win until they align themselves with Andrade because, weeks and weeks and weeks ago, I don't know which Dynamite it was, but Chavo, he had told the Lucha Bros, like, hey, if you keep aligning yourself with Pac, if you keep associating yourself with Pac, you'll never become tag team champions. You'll never become champions. But if you align yourselves with us, I can assure you, my friends, you will be champions. So they're not gonna win any championships until they align themselves with Andrade. So I'm going with the Young Bucks to win the match. Even though the super elite are banned from ringside, they're gonna find a way to win this match. They're gonna find a way to cheat to win the match and retain those titles. So yeah, the Young Bucks, they got the win right there. So the Young Bucks will win. And so for the AEW TNT Championship, so the TNT Championship, we have Miro, God's favorite champion, the Redeemer, Miro versus Eddie Kingston, the Mad King. So yeah, Miro is gonna win the match. There's no way, no way. Nobody's gonna beat Miro. Nobody will beat Miro for that title. He is not losing that title to anybody. Ain't nobody. He's losing to nobody. So Miro is gonna win, and he's been booked perfectly right now. He's been booked perfectly. Besides him and Kip Sabian and all that stuff. He ever since he became TNT Championship, ever since he went out on his own and he became the TNT champion. He dude, the guy been booked perfectly, bro. Like a monster, like what he should have been booked like in WWE. And so yeah, we have Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. So I'm going with Jon Moxley to win the match. So yeah, Jon Moxley won the match. There's no way a New Japan talent is gonna beat a AEW talent. Most specifically, the face of AEW, Jon Moxley. So yeah, Jon Moxley, he's gonna win the match. And also we have Paul White. We have the Big Show, aka the Paul White, aka the Big Show, versus QT Marshall. And so yeah, Paul White is gonna win the match. This is the match that I'm not looking forward to. Paul White versus QT Marshall. I don't even know why they put it on All Out. Why they couldn't just put it on Dynamite? It's better off on Dynamite instead of All Out. It's not a pay-per-view match. Like it was built up. Like it wasn't built up enough to be a pay-per-view match. Oh yeah, and another thing that I heard that happened on Dynamite, the Gun Club had turned heel. Gun Club had turned heel, and they took out Paul White on Dynamite. So yeah, that was another thing that happened on Dynamite. So yeah, I'm going with Paul White. Paul White to win the match. There is no way QT is gonna beat Paul White in his first match back in the ring. So yeah, so Paul White is gonna win the match. And so also we have the 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 women casino battle royale for a future title shot. So whoever wins the match, whoever wins the the casino battle royale, whoever wins that, they will be the number one contender. They'll be the number one contender for the AEW Women's Championship. So yeah, first this was supposed to be on a pre-show. It was supposed to be on a buy-in, but they moved it to the main show. They moved it to the main show, and they replaced it with the 10-man tag. I think it was. It was the Best Friends, I think, versus the Hardy Family Office on the pre-show or the buy-in, whatever they call it. And so they moved the Women's Casino Battle Royale to the main show. That's a smart move. Smart move, man. So now, yeah, for the 10-man tag team match, I'm going with the Best Friends to win the match. And for the Casino Battle Royale, we on Dynamite, Anna Jay was added to the Casino Battle Royale. So Anna Jay had made a return to AEW. So she's in the tournament, not a tournament. She's in the Battle Royale. And the winner of the match will be the Joker, man. It'll be the Joker. So the Joker, in my opinion, man, if I had to take a guess who the Joker is, I'm going with Ruby Riott, man. Ruby Soho, the former Ruby Riott. So Ruby Riott, she will be, or Ruby Soho, she will be in the Casino Battle Royale, and she will win. She will win the Casino Battle Royale, and she will go on to face Dr. Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship. Now, I don't know if she wins. I don't know, but yeah, there's nobody else, man. There's nobody else. I would much rather have her lose the title to, other than Thunder Rosa. Ruby Riott, Ruby Soho would be another person that I would want Britt Baker to drop the title to. So yeah, man. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it with all the matches, man, and my predictions on the matches. And so yeah, man. So right after that, we had the main event. So it's Darby Allin with Sting in his corner versus Danny Garcia with 2.0 in his corner. So that's Matt Lee and Jeff Parker. And so we had CM Punk. We had CM Punk on commentary. So yeah, that was really cool, man. Yeah, to see CM Punk with Taz and Excalibur and Jericho on commentary, man. CM Punk and Jericho have history, man. History. They had some great matches, bro. And so yeah, it was really good to see them together. And so yeah, Punk was on commentary, and so both of these guys, we had Darby Allin, and Danny Garcia that was slapping each other in the face. And so at one point, both of these guys they were fighting outside the ring, and so Darby Allin he tried to ram Garcia into the barricade, but Garcia had moved out of the way, and so Darby Allin he crashed and burned through the barricade, man. Like this guy went flying, dude, into the barricade. It was a nasty landing for dude. It was a nasty landing for Darby Allin, nasty landing. And so yeah, at that point we had Sting. He had took out 2.0 outside the ring, and so Darby he started fighting back. He started going after Garcia's arm. And so Garcia, he had a superplex to Darby Allin. So that was nice, man. I love the superplex. Even though it hurts yourself, I still love the superplex, man. It's a beautiful move. And so Garcia, he had to control the match during a commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so yeah, Garcia, he had locked in the chokehold on Darby. And so Darby, he had a backdrop. He had a backdrop on Garcia off the second rope. So Garcia, he was on his back, and so Darby had a backdrop off of the middle rope to break up the hold. And so we had Darby Allin hit the Pepsi twist to Garcia, so that shades of CM Punk. That hammerlock clothesline. I think that was a hammerlock clothesline. So that shades of CM Punk. Back in his Ring of Honor days, he used that move as one of his signature moves. And so yeah, so Punk was impressed. He was impressed, that Darby Allin, studied for Punk. And so yeah, and then we had a code red. So we had a code red to Garcia. So that was really nice, man. I love the code red. And so Garcia kicks out, and then we had to end the match. We had the Last Supper, that cradle pin. He calls it the Last Supper. So he had the Last Supper pin, the Last Supper to Garcia to win the match. So therefore, Darby Allin wins the match. And so right after the match, we had 2.0. 2.0 though. 2.0 they went right after Darby Allin. They went right after Darby Allin, and so Sting he tried to fight them off, but the numbers had caught up to Sting, and so CM Punk, the crowd started chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, and so CM Punk he walked to the ring, and 2.0 got in his way. So he started walking towards 2.0, and 2.0 started talking trash to Punk, saying like, "Hey man, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it?" And so Darby Allin hit a tope suicida on both Chase Parker or Jeff Parker and Matt Lee. And so yeah, man, Darby Allin, man, his tope suicidas are freaking explosive, man. It is so freaking explosive. He has the best tope suicidas in the business, bro. In the business. And so yeah, man. And so yeah, so right after he hit that tope suicida, man, him and Punk and Darby, they stared down each other face to face. So yeah, that was another thing, man. That was another thing that happened on Dynamite. Punk got physical. And Darby Allin and Punk were face to face. So they did it again tonight on Rampage. And so yeah, man. So that was it with the match, man. Really good match. Love the back and forth between those guys. And the commentary, man. I love the commentary in the match. And so yeah, man. And another thing, man. I'm glad they did not touch each other. I'm glad that Darby Allin or CM Punk did not touch each other. Because if they would have touched each other, man, you would have gave away parts of the match. You would have gave away parts of the match, and that's a money match. That's the main event, and that's a money match. And you do not want them to touch each other. You don't want them to touch each other because you have them touch each other, man. Like, dude, you already ruined the match. So yeah, I'm glad that they did not touch each other. And so yeah, man, and yeah, I said this time and time again. I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait for All Out. I cannot wait. And yeah, man, of course, Darby Allin, CM Punk, match of the night, man. Match of the night. And most likely will be the main event. So yeah, match of the night. CM Punk first match back on AEW All Out. I keep saying AEW All Out. All Out. It's gonna be his first match back at All Out. And yeah, man. So that was it with the show, man. That was pretty much it. Good show, man. Good show. Went by really fast, man. It flew by really, really, really fast. And the Punk Punk, Darby, Punk and Darby is the only thing that I cared about on the show. Really did. But yeah, man. Yeah, that was it, man. That was it with AEW Rampage. And yeah, man. And if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching this for the first time ever, if you're watching D Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And right next to it, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so we're the first ones to know my next video is uploaded, because I am here each and every single week. Tuesdays for NXT. Well, we'll see about that, man. We'll see about Tuesdays for NXT, because they have major changes for NXT. But I'm going to talk about that for another time. I'm going to talk about that another time. So Tuesdays for NXT, Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, and Saturdays and Sundays are for the pay-per-views, whether it's WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. So I'll be there then. And so, yeah, man. And follow me on Twitter, man. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, if you missed anything, man, you missed anything, all the videos are on the homepage. So make sure you click those videos if you missed anything. And yeah, man. And once again, man, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And I'll see you guys for tomorrow, man. I'm going to do my Pro Wrestling Crate. I'm going to finally get that out the way, man. Pro Wrestling Crate. Both the July and August Pro Wrestling Crates. I'm going to open those up at the same time. And I'm going to do unboxing on both of those things, on both of those crates. So I'm going to be here on Saturday. So yeah. Yeah, man. And once again, man, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you. Thank you. And once again, thank you. And yeah, man. And it's great to be back, man. Great to be back. Great to be back, man. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday. And then I'll see you guys on Sunday for All Out, man. See you guys on Sunday for All Out. And yeah, man. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care. Stay safe. And don't forget to be awesome. Don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.